This is my house in Clarence Road.
And you are not allowed to see the brides.
There's
the bride,
who
and that
was...
is 39 Avenue Lasseur, the side entrance to your house. David?
This is David Werbeloff, who's also here. Say hello, David.
Hello.
And John Werbeloff is doing the filming. And I don't know why, I seem to bounce down this.
Who's
And
that
that's Marjorie.
Was that Marjorie in the
That
background?
was Marjorie.
Oh, okay. And there's Ackerman. I didn't notice him in that picture before. The dog.
He shows up.
Yeah.
And that's Ronnie.
Ronnie running down there. Here's Laura the bride. Looking and talking and...
Look, I used to have a waist.
Yes. Very nice too.
And that's Merle, who's now so ill. That's your
my cousin Merle Karp in Pretoria.
And
to her left is Sheila.
Was Siegel. No, is Siegel. Was Con.
Sheila Con living in Guildford.
Also Dad's cousin. I had a string of Dad's cousins.
There was another flower girl, Joanne.
Well, hang on, she'll slip here. There she is.
On the left is
Joanne.
Joanne Gordon, was Wolf, who now lives in Los Angeles. This is Merle, who was a city councillor in Pretoria.
So how old was Joanne then?
Your guess is as good as mine.
She was probably about 7 or 8.
And now she has... There's Marjorie.
And she's saying we must do something, so she's showing me an agapanthus.
There's the agapanthus.
It's a moving picture, you understand.
Yes, she says it's a moving picture.
There's the dog at the top of the stairs. Ackerman. I didn't know his name.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten his name, Ackerman. He's wondering what on earth's going on.
The Southeaster is doing things to your headgear.
Yes. And now I'm bounced down the stairs with my father.
It's Leopold.
Yes, Leopold. And shortly will appear my ex-stepmother. My father made a schlemazeldicker marriage in his later years. There she comes.
This is Lola?
That's Lola.
Lola.
My father eventually divorced her.
Leopold II.
On the right?
Yes.
Yeah. Lola,
a strange Mashugana woman.
She was a concert pianist.
And there is, there's Gala, Dad's stepmother.
My stepmother behind there.
In this first stole. And I can't...
Coming down are...
Ronnie and Eric.
Ronnie and Eric. Here is the wedding car, a modest vehicle driven by Ben Hirschman, Merle, the flower girl Merle's father. Still living in...
And we're arriving at the Garden Shul.
Still living in Pretoria. Arriving at the Garden Shul in Cape Town.
It was a pretty dress, you know.
It was a lovely dress.
I gave it to Ange and Jill to play dress up in. And there comes Leo Hirschfield, and there's Anne Hirschfield. There's Joanne.
Was that from the left?
From the right.
Or from the right?
We'll have to go back, I suppose. That's Barney Hoffman.
Hey, what's he doing?
He's fixing the skirts.
So having...
And there's Liz.
And this is after the wedding,
Leslie on the left.
We like her.
Having been married by Rabbi Professor Dr. Israel Abrahams...
That's a lovely picture of your father, David.
What a smile.
We now emerge from the...
That's Leopold Davidovitz, and this is Davidovitz.
Don't point, you got to describe where they are.
Well,
here it's pretty obvious. They're imposing presence.
No, I can't see. I think
that's Marjorie.
There's Marjorie, but the bloke. I think that's Rogene's husband. Is that right? Maury. I think it may have been Maury. People. That's Tree. That's Tree Werbeloff.
Oh yes. Lola again to the left with Leopold.
My father. That morning was Michael's bris.
There's my father and Gala, his second wife, on the left of the picture.
With the big hat.
Yes. And Harry Fox on the right, Esme's father.
Is that your father in the top hat?
Top hat?
No, it wasn't a top hat.
Just a hat.
Just a hat.
And there's your father in a hat, the bridegroom in a hat. Do you see?
There's me in a hat, yes.
And that's Rogine in the white.
With a flying saucer.
Yeah.
Right.
You see, what
Basil
happens
and
is
Laura.
that John only took our side of the family. He didn't take any of Basil's side of the
Right.
family because he didn't know them.
Ah,
Hmm.
The first and last time Dad's ever kissed Mum in public.
that's right.
Only because I insisted. I said, you've got to kiss me.
Newly licensed. My father, Philip and Gala,
Uh-huh.
his wife.
And
And
there's
Harry Fox,
There he
down.
is. That's
Esme-
Harry. Ismay's father.
Esme's father.
And
Now
over-
we're off on our honeymoon on the Dunnottar
And there's
Castle.
Basil's
There's my
father.
father, Phil and Gala again, and Rosa.
And then Ronnie and Eric. That was Ronnie and Eric.
Down in the front is Joanne, I think.
Yes, yes.
And there's Leopold, Marjorie.
Look how dapper. And his blazer and his cravat. And I'm wearing little white gloves, you will notice shortly.
We had found a passage to England for £76 each
Well, we couldn't have
for
remembered that.
over 2 weeks.
Look at my gloves.
On the Dunnottar Castle, one of the Union Castle intermediate ships.
And then there's a long, lingering passage of the ship sailing out of the harbour. I don't know why John didn't cut it.
It wasn't one of the main mail ships, so there are not that many people around. But it was cheap.
In those days you had threw streamers overboard and you hung on to them till they
There's the
broke.
dogs.
They're the clowns. Now I think you should fast forward it.
No, you can't do that because otherwise we'll never get the tape back in sync again.
There we fade away into the distance
And
on our
we
way
keep fading and
on
fading.
on our way to England, where we spent the first year of our married life together,
Like about 40 years ago, dear.
and where we met up with my brother Stanley and his first wife,
Joe.
Jo.
So
The
who's taking the...
John.
John.
John Wendell took all these movies.
We also had a go at filming the shul ceremony, but there were no lights, so it came out absolutely
Oh, dear.
black. But that morning had been Michael's bris, and my father, no wonder he was beaming. His first grandson in the morning, and he's finally married his daughter off in the
Now this
afternoon.
purports to be New Year's Day, January 1960. And, oh yes, I'm pointing to the calendar. This is David
Oh, look at you learning to crawl,
learning
Dave.
to crawl just as his son is doing at this stage in April 1995. He's nearly there, nearly there.
It's sort of kangaroo hop. Don't
Oh,
you?
no.
Doesn't he look like John there?
Marked resemblance. There's his mother Laura on the right, on the left.
With a mostly nose.
Because this is the Coon Carnival on New Year's Day in Cape Town, a traditional fiesta which became politically incorrect.
I think they still have it.
This is a coon who's had too much jollification and has passed out. It used to be a fun celebration. This is the Cape Town Gardens with some pigeons. All this happens on New Year's Day in Cape Town. People strolling through the gardens in Cape Town and down to the
That's Saunders Rocks.
down to
I mean,
that was
Broken Bars,
Bars
Broken
and the
Bars.
Sea Point Pavilion, which was built by Italian prisoners of war during the Second World War. Yeah. I was just taken by this child cautiously carrying these two drinks. And there come two little coons
Aren't they cute?
broken away from the
You mean that
main
girl was not
celebration.
anybody significant?
Nobody important. No. I'm just trying to get a feel for New Year's Day in Cape Town. There's the southeaster cloud, the tablecloth on Table Mountain, and I went down to the docks and filmed a Union Castle mail ship leaving the Pendennis Castle. That was one of Cape Town's big tugs.
Oh, this really had me puzzled. I thought this was one of your ships
No,
going
no,
to
just
Europe.
Cape
Oh.
Town, New Year's Day. Wind blowing, the southeasters blowing the tablecloth, making it difficult to manoeuvre the ship as it pulls out.
So here's a very slow shot of somebody else fading off into the
Yes,
sunset.
that's right. That's right.
Look at the white horses on,
Yeah.
and that's inside the harbour.
So, I was rather taken with my marine naval shots.
Like naval jelly.
Yes. You see, it needed 2 or 3 tugs in that heavy weather.
They were fine.
We
looking
subsequently
boats, weren't they?
sailed on this ship, the Pendennis Castle. Years later, we took the 3 kids up the coast on this ship.
Which
Or
I
perhaps we
think-
came down on the...
which appears on the movie sometime.
Possibly. Pendennis Castle.
David, you've now actually passed your point of interest, haven't you?
No, I'm done.
Oh, shame.
Glad to see you.
Hmm. You want to sit down, Dave? You want to move the cushion and sit down?
There's no particular significance other than that it's
He was having fun.
scenes of Cape Town docks in a windy day.
Sounds like the title of a
As-
song.
And there came another ship. Was coming into the
Oh,
harbour.
no, you see, here I thought that you were returning from
Yeah.
Europe or something.
I had some footage to
And-
morse, and so there's a ship coming in.
What we one used to be able to go down to the docks of a Sunday afternoon, and if one spoke nice, what do you want to say?
I just want to say I was taken with the fact that the propeller is above the water level, and you can see it churning above the water level. We moved to the 19th of March 1960, so it's 2 months later, and there's David, who's sitting up with Shulamit
This
Derman
was at Rhodes Memorial.
and Laura.
You in your carry cot, David.
And that was
Walter.
Mervyn Sachs,
Uh,
David eating a bicky,
Maury Biscuit.
a rocker like his son. Laura smoking, as was her wont. Shulamit smoking. It was politically correct in those days. Mervyn still sleeping. The trees on the slopes of Rose Memorial.
You were a cute baby, David. Don't you like my sunglasses?
A rocker like his son.
Demolishes the carry cot. I was going to say that, that's Mark Friedman.
Mark Friedman, who now lives in Sydney.
And that's Walter,
Walter.
carrying Janine. Remember Janine Friedman?
And Ida, who has since
Died, yes. Janine was about 6 days younger than you.
That's Ida. Oh, Mervyn's woken up. There's Basil carrying David.
Still trying to tell my story about going on the docks, but I won't.
This is the rag procession, University Rag, collecting funds.
And this is when we decided to go to England.
After watching this procession, we went and booked for...
It was that bad. You had to get out of it.
Yes, we went to book for our trip on the Windsor Castle to England in September 1960, and 2 days later was the Sharpeville massacre. This was the 19th of March 1960.
When we came back from England after spending a year there after we got married, we had what we called a 5-year plan. We were going to leave South Africa. And then it wasn't 5 years. We thought, well, what are we waiting for? And Dad, or Basil said, there's going to be the launching of the Windsor Castle. Let's see if we can get onto the maiden voyage.
There's the rag.
And that's how we did.
You were on the maiden voyage to the Windsor Castle?
Yes, we both. Yes,
So
we
were
both.
you?
And at the same time, John and Jean left, and my
Shortly
brother
after.
Stanley also,
Yes.
and they all left.
practically overnight.
Yeah, we all left and went to London. Stanley's marriage broke up and he came back very soon.
No, that's not true.
We came.
He came back to South Africa and then only his marriage went.
So, did Sharpeville happen when you were still in Cape Town?
Yes.
2 days after this. This was the 19th of
okay.
March, Saturday morning, and on Monday the 21st of March 1960 the Sharpeville
For
happened.
some reason, I thought you said it happened while you were
That's
in...
Khrushchev, the Russian leader of the time.
Oh. Yeah, for some reason, I thought you said that it happened in London, when you were in
No.
London.
Yep. Yeah. It was a big happening in Cape Town, this procession. Oh, this is when we were in London at
Golders Hill Park. And that's Jenny Hoffman.
And Lord Leonard Hoffman, who's
That's-
now a Lord Justice in England, having risen through the ranks of the law and judge.
The colours have faded, haven't they?
Mm.
That's
Jill
Lenny,
Hoffman,
Jill,
who's now divorced,
Now divorced.
and that's David.
in London garb. Jenny Hoffman.
There's David Orphan. That's when I started to wear glasses full time because I couldn't see where he'd vanished to. He used to head off into the distance.
We spent a year in London. The London parks are beautiful.
Off he went.
How old am I there? 2.
Well, yeah,
About
and, going on for 2.
Is that you?
That's me.
That's Laura in a new look.
With my I had my hair cut very short because I couldn't afford to get a hairdresser.
Nature appreciation
There's
classes.
David and Jenny having a
Playing Ring of Roses. God, David.
jolly good.
I still can't dance any better than that.
Jenny could speak so well and you were such a rotten talker.
So her father is now a lord. A pink
I don't
flamingo.
remember the pink flamingos. There must have been there, but I don't remember them. They look like escapees from Alice in Wonderland. The weather's warming up.
Now where is this?
This is Whipsnade.
Oh, that
What's
lion.
Whipsnade?
A zoo.
In London.
Mm.
Just outside of London. Very nice lion.
It's enormous. Very lovely.
Do you remember the lion cub that we played with in East London?
Yes.
No, this is a ship called Rosemary. Oh,
Who's that?
That's you.
David.
Me?
David and Laura. Where are we now?
I just remember wearing that.
Oh, this is in Las Palmas. This is on our ship coming back to Cape Town from London, and the ship called in at Las Palmas, and these dancers and singers come onto the boat to entertain the passengers and collect
That
some money.
green skirt I was wearing in the previous shot I was wearing when we took you to the zoo at Battersea. They had a children's zoo there. And I felt something pull at my skirt and I turned around and the goat was nibbling at it because it was a lovely green colour.
Now we are.
Is that me?
Yes,
That's
that's
David.
you.
This is
Oh, this is the our back garden in Avenue de Longueville.
Avenue de Longueville. We've
Oh,
jumped
no, it's not. Or do you think it's
Crescent Road.
Crescent Road?
Crescent Road,
It's
Claremont,
Crescent Road, Claremont.
where we rented a house for 3 or 4 years.
Mm.
And Laura in her strapless number.
And a cigarette.
And
Yes.
our Ford prefects in the driveway.
This is where you had Mr. Bissant as a friend.
Basil
Basil
Jaffe,
Jaffe.
who was our doctor, and his wife Norma.
And their little boy who subsequently died of a brain tumour. I'm trying to think what his name was. It escapes me for the moment.
This is a close-up of somebody. Is that you, Dad?
No,
No, it's Basil
Basil.
Jaffe.
Oh.
He was a house doctor. His wife Norma
Who's that?
became a
That's
dermatologist.
the little boy,
That's their
their
son.
son who died.
Who has died.
We spent the weekend at Ho Hook. You remember Ho Hook on the way to Hermanus?
Yeah,
They were
Culloden.
coaching in.
This is the Culloden Wildflower.
The spring show. Did you ever go there?
Inland,
And to Culloden?
inland from Hermanus. It's lovely.
Very beautiful. And that's me pregnant with Martin. Nature study.
Flowers.
Flowers. Flowers.
That's Norma.
She's now a dermatologist. I think she's head of dermatologist for its care nowadays.
What's that?
Dog.
Immortalised.
You like dogs even then. Why can't I think of the little boy's name? And that was... Who's that?
And where is this? Is this
Still
still Hill?
Callerton Gardens. Callerton Gardens.
And that's a monkey in a tree. Or
No,
a bird.
no,
Bird making a nest.
those weaver birds. Never mind the scenic shot. We're the people.
The bird's making its nest.
You see, the little finches weave those nests. That's dry ice, or was it real ice? At Hermanus. Fishing boats. It's real ice.
That's ice, yes.
Just like you do in the winter time, guys.
Okay, good.
And
Yeah.
Basil helping.
Basil Jaffe helping to load.
He's a
Aye.
GP in Claremont.
And when we,
Wiping the honest sweat off his brow.
it was his father who was the bookkeeper for Harry Fox.
And he was a fantastic patron of the arts. He built up an art collection. He struggling artists. He would buy their works.
Here is Ida.
Ben Jaffe.
Ben Jaffe, that's him. That
Oh no, it was
When he
that was
died.
Pinchas.
was it? Oh, can you rewind? No, too late. That's Basil.
That may have been Dorothy then.
Oh, that's Ida.
That's Ida.
Ida.
Ida, Basil Jaffe.
You know, they came to visit us at Ho Hook. It wasn't the good.
That's
Oh, that's
Pinchas.
Pinchas. That's Jan. I think that's Jan. Or was that the Jaffe
No,
boy
that's Walter
again?
Friedman.
That's Walter. And Mark.
Mark Friedman.
Friedman. Pinchas.
Yeah. Who's at the moment in London at the 50th anniversary of the release of the concentration camp victims, because he's a survivor.
Oh.
David in Willie's.
That's a Marks and Spencer t-shirt you're wearing there. Oh, this is Port Elizabeth. We went to Port Elizabeth to stay with Rosa. And then
I remember that trip.
and we went to some sort of zoo or animal farm or something. It's a chook.
Why does the Chuck get as much footage as I do?
Yes, exactly.
Here's
There's
Rosa. Laura smoking.
And pregnant. Pregnant and smoking.
Caught.
Stanley.
Standing over with you on his shoulders. Well, this is when shortly after his divorce.
Stephen.
in
Now
an identical T-shirt.
Stephen.
Epple now
Epple.
living in Memphis. And his father,
Ron.
Ronald Epple. That's Ron and Stephen. Ron and Rosa are now divorced.
And who's the other?
That was the son of Stanley's current girlfriend.
Here's Stanley in his corduroy jacket, Ronald Epple here.
And some sunglasses.
Quite a resemblance.
Yes.
Isn't there? Oh, isn't he lovely? Gorgeous bird.
The pregnant Laura in the background. Stephen Epple, now urologist.
I remember going on this train.
Really?
This is, yeah,
In Port Elizabeth.
I remember quite clearly.
So this was March 1960. No, 62.
62.
March
Rosa and
62.
Stanley.
So you were
Rosa and
3.
Stanley, yeah.
So you were 3 years old.
Is that Stephen next to me?
Yes.
And I remember climbing on these
Maybe-
giraffes as well.
And Stephen could do it much better than you because he was older. Look at the wind in Port Elizabeth.
Same shirt.
Yes. From Marks and Spencer. I think we must have given them each one.
Stanley, Rosa.
Everybody wearing looks because of the wind. You know, do it again. No, he learnt slow motion running.
Try the slow motion.
Huh?
Okay.
My jowls.
And the aquarium at Port Elizabeth.
David, I'm sorry.
Oh no, this is
Is this getting tedious?
not yet.
No,
I'll let
not
you
yet.
know.
Be honest.
I actually don't remember this part.
There's a TV.
Just the snake pillar demonstrating the snakes at the snake park in Port Elizabeth. Later that year,
There's a birthday party or something.
probably David's
Ah.
birthday party, he was 3 years.
That's Michelle Blumenthal
Julia Blumenthal.
and her mother, Julia.
This-
I'll tell you about Michelle
this
later.
is Ida again.
She
I
was
don't-
friendly with the Silver Girls.
That's right. I'll tell you
David
about
in
that.
his cowboy suit.
I-
Cowboy.
I-
Cowboy.
And he didn't know about birthday parties, and he kept, and people came with presents, and he kept running to me. I got a present. I got a present. And then he got the hang of it. But everybody was coming with presents.
This is still at the house in Claremont. And
Uh,
now this is a holiday in Neisner.
Yes, after we had that stillbirth, we went on holiday to Neisner. And we went with Nanny Iris and David
Aeroplanes used to land on that bit of grass in front of the
to
hotel.
Leisure Isle at
Mhm.
Neisner. Did you?
Very
It
pleasant
was a
spot.
lovely spot.
Oh, so that wasn't.
Oh gosh, look at
Jeffrey-
that boy sticking the dog on you.
David playing quoits.
I remember playing
Laura
quoits as
smoking.
well.
That's that nice yellow dress.
It's all right, even if it hadn't worn out, I wouldn't be able to fit into it.
Whoa!
Oh. Oh, now you cross. Now you cross, David.
Rotter. Oh, yes. Dog and Laura.
He wants to sit
The
on
one
my
on
lap.
the bitch is the one on the left.
That's all.
You can see.
That's not very nice. I don't like that commentary. Very rude. That's
This isn't
Nanny
Iris.
Iris. Nanny Iris. She was a lovely lady.
She came on the holiday with us tonight.
She was so good to you, David.
Is she the one who used to take you for walks to the gas station with her?
Well, David
Was the
introduced her to the
Oh, to the petrol
to Percy.
attendant.
Yes.
Now they came off to the beach. That's the Neisner Heads. Didn't you look a bit like Princess Di in that shot?
Not that I noticed.
Oh, well, just the thought of it.
Very kind of you. Is that to make up for the previous the comment? David gingerly trying the water.
Is it cold?
No,
It's the Indian Ocean.
not at all cold.
Mostly wet.
You look like you're happy enough.
Small boat and big boat.
It's totally safe for children there because it's just a lagoon.
How long did we go there for?
Probably a week, I don't remember. I think there were little thingies, like clams or something, that used to make breathing holes. That's probably what you're stopping to look at.
Pub Berry. This is Jill's
4
arrival.
years later.
Jill was born in 63.
It's a visit to
It's must have been Angela.
This is Jill.
Jill makes her debut.
And David is grown up now. That's
Jackie
That's
Owen.
Shmoo
Aaron.
Aaron.
Shmoo Aaron, Jackie's older brother.
Oh,
I think he's also a judge now, I'm not sure.
Jill.
Yes.
Jill, David.
I remember I was in a very bad mood that day.
Why?
I can't remember, but I was not happy.
And Jill, look how plump she was. She was still young enough to go. She must have been just 2. Not yet 2. That's right, she wasn't yet 2.
What do you think of this tracking shot?
And I'm protesting all the way. Leave it, stop.
This is the grave of the man who created Kirstenbosch Gardens. And it says, if you seek his monument, look around you.
Colours are not true anymore. Notice the stovepipe pants on the stovies. See? Sure.
And Angela appears.
Hmm.
The Gala and Dodo.
On Dodo on the right.
Still.
Still in her red number. Angela still on the ground.
I think it might have been Jill's birthday card.
Who's that in the front? Is it a
That's
Teddy?
Teddy. That's Teddy.
We're now living in Sea Point, in Avenue de Longueville.
The driveway?
Yes.
Yep.
Before we did up the house.
That
That's
rocker
the
comes from Harry
Harry
Hurwitz, a professor of psychology. Angela? Jill?
Jill? Tootling along.
Angela again. And David.
And
Cricket
with Nicholas Brock.
Meticulous attention to detail.
Rip up that off.
Angela's still struggling with this thing.
Look what curly hair she had. Joseph, look how cute.
Gala holding Angela.
And that's Ruth's.
No?
They now live in Toronto. Dash, Ruth Dash.
Oh.
We have a birthday
I think
party.
it's Jill's birthday.
Now we jump to 1967.
And this is now Angela's birthday, I think. It was Angela's second birthday, of course, you will shortly see. We're at the zoo, aren't we?
Yes.
Road Zoo.
Which no longer exists.
Oh my God. Dad has some dreadful moments.
It seemed to be like a family ritual that visits to the zoo were accompanied by the movie camera.
Photo opportunity. Now you'll see why I know it was Angela's second birthday, because we're going to light the candles. What happened?
The lens cap jumped back onto the camera.
Well, why didn't they cut this out? It's a, oh. That's not a member of our family. That's a show-off. We don't show off. Those lethargic lions, poor things.
Guess what?
Well, I'm stuffing my face.
Yes, instead of feeding the monkeys, you're feeding yourself. dreadful hairstyle. God. And you look like exactly like David there, I've never noticed that before.
Now we're at Clifton Beach.
That's
With the Dickmans.
Jonathan Dickman. That's Angela. That's Anthony Dickman. There's
David.
David.
Angela.
Jonathan. Julia.
I remember the bathing suit of hers.
Huh.
And
That's
Janet Dickman. Aubrey.
Who did you
My cousin, Aubrey Dickman, is an economist from Johannesburg, now retired. His eldest son is now an economist with the Reserve Bank in Australia, in Sydney.
You look like you're waiting to catch a wave, David.
You're doing well in that freezing water. Busy, busy.
And
Back
this is
home.
in the back garden at Avenue de Longueville.
The fig trees.
There were two fig trees, one bigger than the other. And Jill was supposed to climb the big fig tree and Angela the smaller, but needless to say Angela always climbed the big one. That was our swimming pool. Well, the kids' swimming pool. You can have a lot of fun with a sprinkler.
Well, making a total dork of yourself.
And you can dive into a paddling pool.
Tell me.
And I think that we're near the end of this tape, so what we should probably do is stop here and, at a convenient moment, we'll resync on the other side.
But Dave,
Thanks.
really, you don't
Yeah,
have
I'll
to.
get to.
Yeah. But that was good. Thank you.
I end my turn.